So welcome to Carolina Varsity's 2012 look at the NCHSAA playoffs. We're going to take a quick look at the 3A West, where Concord at 12-2 is going to play Freedom at 12-2. And just off camera talking about what we may know about teams. To my knowledge, this is the furthest that Freedom has ever gone in the playoffs.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a Freedom expert, but I don't ever remember Freedom, and I think I read somewhere where this is the most wins Freedom has had in the season as well, 12 wins. So we've known Freedom to have, decent to good teams, and it's sometimes thought to be, maybe they were going to have a run. Concord got here by beating East Rowan 21-20, and I personally thought last week that game would not be as close as it ended up being. East Rowan obviously had an answer for the passing attack. Some stats that I found was that Freedom is 300 yards rushing, 120 yards passing. So big run team. Concord's 285 passing, 157 rushing. So they're both similar, overall production. Freedom comes from a 3A, 2A conference. Personally, I'm picking Concord to win this game big. I think Concord wins this by 2 scores, 3 scores.
I have to agree with you, Dale. Freedom coming from that split conference. Sometimes, you can get a record kind of inflated, and I think this is the case with the Freedom team. Now, don't get me wrong. Freedom is a good team, and they are obviously the best of their area. But you're on the road going into Concord, and Concord has been a machine this year. They struggled with East Rowan, but that's a traditional old South Piedmont rival right there. And those teams know each other pretty well, and that was a great ball game that could have went either way. But I think Beecher and Concord, they're gonna. It's almost kind of like a Charlotte team going against a team that's from the mountains. They got more speed. They throw the ball more than Freedom has seen all season, so you kind of got that effect going on. And I like Concord here. They've been knocked out the playoffs the last few years by West Rowan. They got over that hurdle. They got over last week's hurdle with East Rowan. And I think, Beecher wants to match his brother and get in the ring. And I think they get it done this week. I think it's at least 2 scores, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's more than that, honestly.
Yeah, without hesitation, I'm going to go ahead and take Concord in this game too. I usually when you put teams from the Charlotte area and surrounding places against some of these mountain teams, but I think Freedom is probably a little bit better than the average mountain team.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they beat a pretty good Burns team last week, 19-18. Of course, that was when Burns, tried to go for 2 and didn't get it in overtime. So, of course, Burns doesn't have, the offense they had, the previous years. But, I mean, so it was a good defensive showdown. But Concord's offense is going to be a lot better than what Burns has. They're just more, explosive. But Freedom does have a, good running back. His name kind of escapes me right now, but they're going to need more than him to overcome an explosive Concord team. So I'm going to take Concord by 2 or 3 scores.
Max Pratt was predicting 39-36.
I don't think that's accurate.
I don't think so either. I'm still sticking with my my 2 score. I think Beecher's going to have a great night.
Yeah.
Concord's, this is the furthest Freedom's been. Concord's got rings.
Yeah.
So
they got experience.
So they know what it takes to get there. Maybe it's a good learning experience for Freedom, but I think this is a win for the Spiders.